I'll start recording now then, okay? Hello everybody and welcome to episode 9 of Show Us Your Kit, the little show where we go through everybody's old kits and old football stories and stuff. And I'm joined today by EAB Skills, aka Ewan. How are you doing there, Ewan?
I'm good, thanks mate. How are you?
Yeah, great. Thank you. This is the 9th one of these I've done in the last 2 days, but this is not going to go up for a couple of weeks. So Lord knows what the world will look like in that time. But I've asked you to bring in a couple of Wolves kits, or a Wolves kit and a non-Wolves kit. So if you could share with us your Wolves kit, to start off with, please.
Okay, so my favourite ones first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this probably is my favourite one to wear, like my favourite ever shirt. Obviously, it symbolises what a season it was as well. I loved the whole going back to the black away shirt as well. I thought it was just such a classic. You know, for me, it's either a black or white away shirt. For me, that's just synonymous with Wolves. You know.
Yeah.
So when I first saw this shirt, I was like, gotta have it straight away. Also, obviously, you know, I know it's a fan favourite one for everyone.
I nearly put that one on just now.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I know it's a fan favourite. Obviously, again, symbolises what a fantastic season. I also really like this as well because of the colour. I think this, for me, if I was choosing an old gold colour, it would probably be as close to this as possible.
Yeah.
Or like the 2000, sort of the 2001. I really like that dark.
The dark one. Okay, that's because I remember when that came out, it was quite a controversial one because it looked really brown when it first came out. But as I keep saying to people, the old gold is not a colour and it's really difficult to replicate. Exactly. So that's why it becomes really orange, like the sort of Puma days were really, really orange.
No, exactly. I do like to wear this one a lot as well. I just feel like Adam Proudlock when I wear it, to be honest. So.
That's a shame.
Exactly. It's quite funny. And also, another one of my favourites is this one from the same promotion season.
Okay, the third kit, yeah.
Yeah, the third kit. I just really liked. I really liked the sky blue. I'm not sure what it was with the wolf head and the logo and the blue. I really liked it. So I did like the fit of the Puma ones as well. They were nice.
What's your opinion then on? So you've said you prefer the black and the white ones, but the away kits that we've had in the past. Dave mentioned on his podcast about the purple one and the remember the red badge that we had in 2010.
I do, yeah.
Are any of those a particular hatred? Do you have any ones that you really hate from that?
I really didn't like that purple one. I'll be honest. That was League One, wasn't it? That was the League One.
Yeah, 13, 14,
I really wasn't a fan of that. And also the one you just said, the one with the red badge. I remember that coming out, and I remember speaking to my dad about it at the time. He was like, "That is not a Wolves away kit. It's a red badge. It's like it's not it's not a badge at all." And I didn't like the fluorescent green one back in the 08-09. It was horrific. That really was poor. But yeah, some of those ones weren't great. Like I said, you know, just the classic for me is just a nice classic white or a black. You know, just classic Wolves.
What about the memories in that particular kit that you're wearing there? For me, Bristol City away screams to me the first thing. But any other ones that stand out?
Definitely. For me, this kit just screams that first Neves photo. And every time I look at this kit, I just see that with holding up the kit. I see that in my mind straight away whenever I see it. But again, that Bristol game, it has to be that. I think it's such. I
can't remember many other games that we wore that shirt for, though.
No, I think we wore it. I think it was probably two or three times. I think we wore it away another game, but I can't remember. But no, it wasn't many times. It was underused. Yeah, it might have been. It was underused. It's the beauty of the kit.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, very good. Well, I can see you've got quite a selection of kits behind you as well. Let's have a look at a couple of your non-Wolves favourites then.
Sure. I'm not really sure why this is one of my favourites. It just is. It's Denmark. I think it was 2012. Let me just check. Yeah, so obviously they were the 20th anniversary of being the European champions.
Yeah.
In 2012. So it's just a very kind of, you know, just a nice coloured kit. I think it went back to their kit back in 1992. again, just one of my favourites. It's a really nice fit as well. I like those, kind of baggy vintage kind of kits. So that, for no real reason other than just the way it looks, the aesthetic, really. That's one of my favourites. I've also got this one just here, which is probably my favourite kit that I own. It's Casillas, Spain. I think it was, just check. Again, I think this was about 2010, I think.
Okay.
But I just love the design of it. The two coloured grey.
Yeah.
And I just think the Adidas stripes on kits are just it's just perfect, fantastic. Yeah. Casillas, one of my favourite players ever as well. So just brilliant.
That's the first goalkeeper kit that we've had on the podcast so far. So that's a first. Yeah, nice.
Great stuff.
I was having a little look through your Twitter earlier on as well, and I noticed that you've at least, I can remember you being part of the Wolves kit launch in 2018. Tell us how that came about.
Yeah. So that was, so 2018. So it was the first season back in the Prem. I'd done the promotion party as well that season.
That's right, yeah.
So the party in the park. So I did a couple of performances on the stage that day, and mate, I've never been that nervous in my life. Like, it was ridiculous. My legs were like lead. It was a joke. But after that, I'd been doing work with Wolves for a couple of years prior to that, and they just kind of really started to get me involved with their marketing and stuff, and they just tried to tap into my Instagram audience and things like that. And then, I just got a call to say, do you want to do the new Adidas launch at the Amanda Centre? And I was like, sure. So I got to, see the kit and everything, about a week before. We did a bit of rehearsal and all the training gear and stuff. It was just a really cool kind of fresh approach to Wolves. It was like, now we're in the Premier League, we're going to try and step up a little bit. We're not just going to release the kit by doing a hot air ball, that balloon thing they did when they sent it up there. Yeah. They're going to actually give it a bit of a go, and because it's Adidas, they they thought, let's give it a good go. So just did the kit launch there. But it was awkward because a week before that I did the Leicester City one as well.
Oh wow.
So that was funny. I literally went Leicester, then turned to Wolves. Within a week. It was funny, but that was great. I thought those kits were just fantastic last year as well, especially again the white one. I've got that one down there. It's just great.
So there's too many bad memories in that white kit for me.
No, true. Yeah, but aesthetically again.
Yeah. Any Adidas kit I think is I prefer. I didn't buy last year's kit and I regret it now, but I did buy this year's kit. And I didn't. It's grown on me a little bit, but all the little dots and stuff all over the kit this year. I wasn't keen on that. And then when you look at the kids' versions of that shirt, they haven't shrunk the dots so that they're the same
size.
Yeah, so they've got these. It's like polka dot shirts.
Brilliant. Dalmatian, yeah.
Yeah, but a couple of people have chosen last year's home shirt as their favourite Wolves kit ever, which I think is quite a big thing to say. And particularly because of the colour as well of last year's kit was unique.
It was a weird one, wasn't it? I think it was. I mean, a lot of people said that was as close to the 50s kits that we could probably get. With the whole, again, we go back to the whole old gold thing.
Yeah.
But for me, like you said, old gold isn't a colour. It's more of a perception, isn't it? What is old gold? It's like a weird one. But I think they've almost gone back again this year, because I think this kit is just too orange now. Not orange, it's more of like this year's is more of like it's like a hue, isn't it? It's like a yellowy orangey hue. I don't know. I thought last year's kit's colour was a bit better, but again, I go back to what I said earlier. I really prefer the darker the dirtier orange, if you want to call it.
I had, again, while I was stalking you on Instagram, Twitter, etc., I did see a Man City shirt as well that you were wearing. What's the story behind that?
That's going to come into when I talk about my artifact that you told me to bring.
Right.
In.
Okay.
So do you want me to go for that now?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll leave that for a minute, then we'll come back to that. We'll go to some of the clips that you've sent me now. Now, the problem that I've had doing this is that lots of these clips have been blocked by UEFA or FIFA because people have sent goals and stuff. But this first one may only be blocked because of it being scary content. Because it's a very short one, but it's Man City away this year. and it's this moment here, Matt Cooper. So tell us why you've chosen this clip.
Okay, so I've chose this clip because this clip because it's just, for me, it just sums up that day, the raw emotion of those 2 goals, and being with Matt especially, who's always banged on about Adama. The relief almost when Adama scored that second goal. Matt was just ecstatic.
Yeah.
Obviously, people who watch on know Matt Cooper. He's a very dry sort of, he's Matt Cooper, do you know what I mean? But he's like that. Just emotion was just everywhere. So that's one of the reasons why I chose that, and also probably my favourite away game in recent time. Like it was just fantastic.
Yeah, well, Harry Mansell, in fact, picked that game as his clip and the goals from that game. But I don't know, for me, it was amazing, and to beat the champions. But then watching how Man City have been this season, it feels like it's taken a little bit away from that achievement.
I know what you mean.
But like, I was there, and I've told the story on Harry's podcast about the chap who behind me celebrated Adama's goal and his teeth fell out because he was so
incredible,
excited. But then you've sent me another Wolves clip as well, again of Matt Cooper. So let's just have a little look at this one. So this was at Villa away in the League Cup, wasn't it?
Cup. Yeah.
So again, not a special game at all because we ended up losing. But no. Again, I think that shows Matt in possibly his best light.
It does. I think the reason why these clips are always my favourite because they just sum up what away days are to me. It's like it wouldn't even matter about the score for me in a lot of the games. I know obviously we all want to win, but just having that day like with your mates or whatever, and just like if you score, like, the limbs flying down the seats, and it just sums up for me that's what sums up away days. So that's why I've chosen it. But again, moment or goal wise, I'd say like a lot of people, it would probably be that Jota goal against Man United in the cup last year. Just incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah. What about away from home then? Any standout moments from away games apart from the Man City game that really stand out?
Any standout moments from away games? I'd probably say, what was really good? West Ham away last year when Adama scored that last minute.
Yeah.
Like 90, 91. That was absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I don't go to as many away games because of work and things, and just I can't plan too much. But yeah, I mean, one was fantastic. You know what? Which one I really liked a few years ago as well was Stoke in the FA Cup.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my favourites as well. Just I don't really know why. When Doc scored that free kick, it was just brilliant.
Yeah. Was it kind of a local derby, wasn't it? And they were in the Premier League, so it would have been a huge win. Yeah. Lovely. Let's move on to the final part then. Final section. I think your internet's playing up a little bit, like it did during the quiz last week, unfortunately. But we'll power on through. So your next clip, your non-Wolves clip, I think will definitely need some explanation because you've chosen South Africa's first goal from the 2010 World Cup. So why is this a special moment for you?
It's like I said, it's a weird one. It's a very random one to choose. I've got really vivid memories of that. So I remember watching it, in my living room. I was 12 at the time. And just when that goal went in, it was just like, that was the start of the World Cup, It wasn't the start of the game. It's like, as soon as that goal went in, that was the start of the World Cup. And I remember running outside. Grabbing my football, like trying to replicate it as soon as possible in my garden. It was just great memories. So that's why it's like definitely like up there, like in the top 3 sort of my favourite goals just of all time, just because of the memories attached to it again.
Yeah. Well, when you sent it to me and I pressed play and instantly those vuvuzelas was the sound that I could hear. And I'd completely forgotten that, but every single game, didn't matter who was playing that World Cup, that constant, incessant, all the time.
It was a drone, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's those kind of things that you remember from a World Cup that become iconic. And I just remember the passion of the South Africans, and generally the African football was really shown really well in this tournament.
It was unbelievable. It wasn't, obviously England didn't do great, but as a football standpoint, I really, really enjoyed that tournament.
Yeah, I suppose I'm not sure how old you are exactly, but I suppose it's one of the first World Cups that you can really remember, and that you understood what was going on, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I can only remember from 2006 onwards, so that would be my second World Cup, and obviously 2006 I'd have been 8. So I remember that like well, but 2010 was like my first proper it was like my first one that I can really, really remember. And like, obviously I was at school at the time as well then, so like my mates and everything. So that was a really good tournament for me.
Yeah, great. And then let's move on to the final part of the show then, where you're going to show us we've teased it already, but you're going to show us a bit of football memorabilia that is a mystery to me.
Yeah. So like you said about the Man City connection, so I do a lot of work in Man City. Just kind of things really. So, stuff at their training ground and stuff with the players and, body doubles and stuff. So this one I did a body double for Kevin De Bruyne about 4 months now. And I've actually got his shin pads from the day. So it's probably the most random thing ever. But yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I got Kevin De Bruyne's shin pads from that day.
That's pretty
he just
cool.
gave them to me. I was like, nice one. So it's just a random artifact.
Yeah.
But he was honestly like one of the nicest people like ever. He's so down to earth as well. Like, and obviously unbelievably talented.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was just spin balls left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Do
you remember that clip from when Wolves played Man City in the League Cup, and Conor Ronan asked him for his shirt, and then then De Bruyne asked for Ronan's shirt, and he's like, "What, my shirt?" You could just tell from that little clip that he's a genuine bloke and a really nice chap, as well as being a fantastic footballer.
He's great.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Ewan, for coming on to the onto the podcast. Very enjoyable little chat.
Of course, mate. No worries.
Nice couple of stories as well. So we'll be catching up in the future, I'm sure, on a Wolves quiz if your internet can hold out.
Let's see.
Yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, The Old Gold and Black, and you can find the podcast on Spotify and iTunes, etc. But Ewan, where can people find you on Instagram, Twitter, etc.?
Yeah, so my main's Instagram, just EAB Skills. Posts so check me out.
Yeah, nice one. And keep yourself safe then. In the meantime, we'll be speaking to each other very, very soon. Goodbye.